Hi, it's Gary, otherwise known as the Crappy Crafter. So, here's how I told you how I got started crafting. But the big thing that happened after I got started is collecting craft supplies. OMG. So that turned out to be quite addicting. And I heard something that said, collecting craft supplies is a whole different hobby than actually doing crafts. And when I first started a few years ago, I didn't have anything. And pretty soon, my dad starts buying me stuff, and I started getting things. Check this out. Like, this whole thing is full of paper. There's paper, there's stuff that I got from flea markets. There's all kinds of stuff I've ordered. This thing down here, full of fabric I got at some yard sale. Over here, some like jars and cans because I do decoupage now. So here's the napkins because I got lots of napkins to do that with. This thing is full of stamps from like Stamp It Up and stuff like that. All this up here, full of this. When I first started doing those junk journals, it was really funny too. I told my husband, oh, it's going to be all this free stuff. I'm just going to recycle stuff. It'll be great. I won't even have to spend much money. So one of his favorite jokes to say to me is, isn't this that hobby that was supposed to be all free every time I spend a bunch of money on craft stuff? But one thing I did enjoy was staining some paper. Like I took paper and soaked it in coffee to give it that vintage dark brown look. And that was really fun. That year I spent a lot of time just making little doodads and tabs. And I've still got this whole thing up here full of little stuff to stick inside of those journals. I mean, just full boxes and boxes of stuff that I made. See? Little tags and little notebooks. So the problem is, problem. Every one of these has stuff in it that I either collected, I made, I cut out. All this stuff. Stickers for different colors. So this whole thing is chock full of stuff. What else is up there? Oh, I don't even know. I mean, it's ridiculous. So the craft stuff has definitely overtaken this spot. And then from there, I was like, well, I still don't have enough room. My sister got me this thing for Christmas, which is like 6 different drawers. So those are all full of scrapbook paper, stickers, all that stuff. And then there was this little dresser in this room. And so the drawers are full of stuff. This one's full of, and I would get like these bundles of bags at this thrift store in town. They would throw a whole lot of stuff in together for $3 to $8, depending. And I just went crazy buying these huge bags full of crap. And so I wound up with like a whole bag of these little doodads. All these that are like, what do you call that, ribbon and stuff. Now this year, it's the decoupage stuff. So then start collecting all this crap. Somewhere up here, oh yeah. Now that I'm doing that and learning how to paint on stuff and decoupage, this year it's been the whole big old thing of paints. Like I looked on Amazon and these were like 50 cents each. And these were 50 cents each. And some of them I've gotten at the store. Ooh, these were on the end of a rack at Dollar Tree. And so they can go on top of some of the little bottles I'm doing. Then the other day, I saw this like craft cord. I am just caught in the throes of this addiction to collecting craft supplies. And I'm really trying to not buy anymore. But I went to the thrift store today and I again bought more craft stuff. Not a lot. This craft store will do like, you know, this tag 25 cents, this tag 75% off. So I got a little metal tray that I'm gonna paint or do something with. So like this, I think I paid 25 cents for it. And this glass bottle, which I think, or glass jar, minus a lid, but I'm like, that's okay. I probably only paid $1 for that, or maybe 50 cents. Okay. Now the last jar I had similar to that, I have been making into this. So I've like decoupage, put stuff on the top of it, around the sides of the jar, and it's really pretty. So that's some of the stuff I've been doing. And so getting into that and then doing the spray painting to cover it with, I've enjoyed that a lot. So, to the never-ending projects now, which I'm actually enjoying, but it's a bit crazy. It's a bit crazy. So that's where I'm at. The crappy crafter. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. So get in there and make something.